Following on from an entertaining opening round in Poland, the TGP Dirt Series moves on to Australia. Last time out it was Softy who set the pace, almost 2 minutes clear of Roy. But the Irishman is determined to close that gap, and this is an event he's expected to do well at. Former champion Chris and one of the season's favourites Luca start their seasons here. Blanks in Poland put the pressure on them to perform now. So on to the second round of the championship, and here in Australia the gravel roads are unique. Expect the slippery and treacherous conditions to catch out the mighty. This rally will demand complete concentration from all the drivers. Softy came into Australia expecting a response from his title challengers, but he continued exactly where he left off in Poland, posting the quickest time through Mount K Pass. Phil was gutted to miss out on a podium place in Poland and was determined to make amends here. He was second quickest, but 20 seconds back from the pace setter. Roy opted to take the opening stage cautiously and as a result sat only third. His chances of victory here are already a strong ask. Welshman Ways didn't get very far, crashing at the bridge just 10 seconds into the rally. Softy was looking quick once more, but pushing too hard at times he found himself facing in the wrong direction in stage 2. Like Poland, his rally almost heading sour early on. Roy took back second place through Taylor Farm sprint, setting a time that was 6 seconds quicker than Softy up front. Roy threatening to yet take rally victory despite his opening stage caution. Dutchman Coet had been 21st after stage 1, but a time we're more used to seeing from him through stage 2 moved him up 9 places to 12th. Coet still aiming for a top 5 finish. Having dropped to third, Phil was pushing hard to make up for lost time, but the Englishman made a costly mistake in the tricky conditions, picking up a puncher in the process. Phil comically tried to complete the stage, as he could see his podium chances disappear in front of him. Having not packed a spare, Phil would have to complete this and the next stage with only 3 fully working tyres. Dan was caught out at the same corner, another of the top contenders eliminated from victory contention. The treacherous conditions proving tricky for many. Luca had been favoured to secure a podium place in Australia, but pushing hard he hit the inside of a banking that launched him onto a fence. Now lying 9th overall, he was 45 seconds back from fellow banksman Dom at the halfway point of the rally. John meanwhile had his own issues. A rain shower that Australian had never seen anything like before decided to pour down just in time for his run, costing John well over 30 seconds. Time he would later claim back through a nominated time. It was a strong stage for Zach, however. He was third quickest and now found himself 4th overall thanks to others' misfortunes. Former 2-time champion Chris Thurgood finally started to find his feet, moving up to 5th overall after a strong 4th stage. Owen's season has yet to really get going, and an instant through Norenby Ridge descent blew his chances of salvaging something from here.
Fucking shit on it! Shit on... Wow, stop rolling please.
Dirt 2 driver Peter had a hairy moment at the same corner, but was more fortunate than Owen, rolling his car but remaining in the right direction and losing little time. That scare though may well have impacted his steering, Peter having much less luck just moments later and falling to 31st overall.
What the fuck is going on with the steering on this piece of shit car?
Up front, Softy managed to extend his lead over Roy by 5 seconds. With 2 more stages to come, it was looking good for the Englishman to extend his championship lead. Zach was 4th quickest through Chandlers Creek, but more importantly 5 seconds faster than Dom ahead. These two are now in the fight for the final podium place, and the gap was down to just 3 seconds. Luca still had an outside chance of finishing 3rd himself, despite his previous stage mistake. He went even quicker than the pair above and was now just 20 seconds back. But with 1 more stage remaining, it looked too much of an ask. Roy took a 2nd stage victory. The Irishman now had lost only 6/10 to Softy from the last 4 stages. What could have been for this title challenger? So Zach knew the difference he had to make up on his rival if he was to take the final podium place, and running first he set down the time that Dom would need to beat. The Manxman found himself with it all to do on the final stage once again, but going 2 seconds quicker himself, he made sure he finished in the top 3 for the 2nd consecutive rally. Alex Zaffro was setting the pace in Dirt 2. It wasn't the best start to his season in Poland, but a much better performance here gave him the victory in the Dirt 2 class. Roy gave it one last push in an attempt to topple Softy, but in the end he would lose more time. The gap he had built up over 3rd though meant that his mistake cost him nothing here. For the 2nd time this season, Softy would be victorious. He'd been giving a good fight down under, but to come out of it with another 30 World Championship points, he knew he was another step closer to winning a first TGP Dirt driver's title. It's the same top 3 as we saw in Poland, but Zach now an excellent 4th. Luca at least left here with a top 5 finish, but he'll know it's another missed opportunity. Our first points finish of the season for former champion Chris Thurgood. He was 7th, just 4 seconds back from Neljak. Alex Zaffro was 15th overall, but the highest Dirt 2 rally finisher. This victory a statement to his second-tier rivals. Phil only 17th after a disastrous event, but still taking home 4 World Championship points. Getting to the end at least may reward him come the end of the season. There were 9 casualties here, 1 less than Poland. Jack Pearson the most notable victim. He'll be after a quick response at the next rally. Alistair McRae also failing to reach the end. The Scot will want to forget Australia in a hurry. A second career rally victory sees Softy's lead extended to 10 points, while Zach's 4th place finish here moves him to that very position in the championship standings. Just 5 points separate John in 5th, down to Phil, who now sits 10th. In Dirt 2, it appears to be a 4-way fight for the title. Chris Johnson remains up front, but Alex Afro's victory has him now up to 2nd. Arctic's second podium finish keeps him on Jacko's tail. All eyes now turn to New Zealand, the 3rd round of this season's TGB Dirt Championship, and the fastest rally on the calendar. The R5 vehicles will take centre stage. Citroën, Ford, Mitsubishi, Peugeot, Skoda and Volkswagen, the competing manufacturers. So join us next week for what promises to be another thrilling event. With Softy's margin of victory reducing dramatically here, the pack are catching up, and this title fight is far from over.